Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel's Finding Value. In this clip, we're going to go over some agricultural companies, some fertilizers. We're going to do some lithium and then some rare earth metals. And I think these are all very good sectors to look at. Are they as leveraged as some of the energy sectors? Probably not, but they're still really good. Lithium might be, but I'll give you my financial opinion on them. Again, we're just looking at the technical charts here, and I'll let you know what I think. These are long-term charts that we're looking at here. So here we go. We're starting off with Archer Daniels Midland, ADM, and this chart looks really good. We've got a resistance line cutting across here that we broke through, and we're moving on up. So it looks fantastic. Looking at this, we have higher lows coming all the way up through here, outside of the 2020 shutdown crash, but I don't consider that a lower low. So we're moving on up. Everything looks good. So ADM, I think, looks fantastic. Here's Mosaic, fertilizer company. Again, the downtrend line. These are big, long weekly candlestick charts. 2008 to 2021, we broke the downtrend. We pulled back, or that kind of. Usually what happens is you break out, then you kind of pull back a little bit, and then you start taking off. But this looks good. We do have a little bit of selling pressure here recently, but I don't think it will be super long lasting. I think this will create a new uptrend. And that's exactly what we did. We broke out, we pulled back, higher low, and then we got a higher high here. So it looks great. Intrepid Potash is doing the same thing. Broken downtrend line. We broke out, we're coming back, and maybe we'll do a retest, back test, and then we'll move on up. That's another fertilizer company. Looking at Caterpillar, I threw this one in. This thing's been doing quite well over time, irrespective. And we just broke out, kind of pulled back, and I think we're probably going to break and move on higher. So Caterpillar looks really good. And then we've got Deere. Deere's been running really strong since mid 2020s. We've got the trend line, which is the resistance line. We broke that, and it ran for a while. Would I buy it up here? Probably not. But it's broken its trend line. Now here's LIT. This is Global X Lithium ETF. So this is lithium. We are coming up in this, we'll call it ascending wedge type pattern. We'll see if we break to the upside. Would I buy this up here? Probably not. It's had a pretty big run. And I really don't like chasing things. But, I mean, lithium perhaps could run higher. But I would be looking for a break out of this ascending wedge before really doing anything. Here's Livent Corp. Now this one has broken to the upside for Livent, another lithium company. So this one looks pretty good. We've got Piedmont Lithium Limited. It's been moving in this sideways channel. Not really channel, but it's been moving sideways over time. It compressed up here. It could take a run at breaking this downtrend line here, which is going to act as a little bit of a resistance. But keep in mind, I mean, this was, in 2020, it was a $6 or $7 company that went over $70. It's already had a massive run. So I usually don't like chasing these things when they've had runs that large, that quick. Here's Oracobra. Again, we've gone from a downtrend to an uptrend. It's been moving up in this slightly, we'll call it collapsing channel a little bit, but it looks good at the moment. Would I buy it up there? I don't know. Lithium, here's America Lithium Corp. Nice big, we'll call it impulse moves higher, and then the consolidation, impulse move higher, consolidation, and then another impulse move higher. Again, these lithium ones, I'm not convinced that this is just going to go to the moon, but you never know. It has broken out of this resistance line here. Maybe it'll do a retest, backtest, and then move on up. Lithium Americas Corp. Yeah, that's American Lithium, and that's Lithium Americas. Jesus. That's a tough one. American Lithium and Lithium Americas. And then we broke out of this guy here, so that one looks good. Probably is going to go higher. Here's Lithium Americas Corp on a big long-term perspective. Higher lows, stepping up into the line like it was going to break it, and it did break it. Came back, and we're just cycling on higher. So that looks pretty good, and we're real close to the breakout. Here's American Lithium Corp looking at it from a really long-term perspective. We've got kind of this pattern here that it just broke out. It's probably going to go quite a bit higher. And that's one that I own I own LIACF from Plateau Energy, because I own Plateau Energy, which is a uranium company that American Lithium bought out. Now here's Lit from a long-term perspective from 2011 kind of onward. It had a big, huge break, and it's been running quite hard. I don't know if I'd be jumping into it up here. That's just me. And here's LTUM, Lithium Corp, from a kind of a big one, and it's coming down. This one doesn't look that bad. It's kind of at the dead period. Here's a LTUM, just looking at it from a long-term perspective. These don't look nearly as good as some of the other sectors, though. The sector like rare earth metals looks really good. We came down from a huge sell-off. Kind of did a double bottom, came up, we broke out of this resistance line right here recently. Could this pull back? Yeah, it could. But this, I think, will resolve upward in a very large move. We've got MP Materials that broke its downtrend recently, so that looks decent. Doesn't look bad. Here's Appia Energy, kind of breaking out of this base here. We broke up to the upside. Big buying pressure on all over the place here. Small selling pressure as it comes down. This will probably break to the upside, I would guess, very soon, because it looks like we're coming up into a point right here. UU Energy Fuels. I mean, this is the chart that I like seeing. Big kind of coming down, big bottoming process, and then breaking up to the upside. This looks fantastic. My God. All the uranium ones look really good. And I put that as a rare earth because it has rare earth metals. But that's what I see in the charts. Would I go and chase after lithium? Me personally, probably not. If we have stuff that's down lower, that's just breaking bases, that has lots of leverage to price moves, like uranium, like rare earth metals, then I would probably look at those first, because you've got the leverage, you've got a better entry point with a lower valuation and a longer valuation runway ahead of you. So that's just me. It doesn't mean that lithium would be a bad investment. It may still be a great investment. So, but I don't know as much about lithium. That's why you don't see it on the channel as much. So I don't know that sector as well. Maybe there's something going on in that sector that is much more favorable than what I understand or know. So I do want to follow it with that. If you guys like this content, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you like it. And thank you for listening. This is Finding Value.